Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jala. I'm working on my game, and I don't know how exciting this stream is going to be because I'm going to be working on sound effects. So the only music in the background is going to be whatever music for whatever section I'm on. And yeah, so here's my game, here's files, here's my little Spirit City guy, and then here is the current SFX I'm working on. Yay! Let me see.
Welcome track 94.
Turn down the volume there a little bit. What's up, Thrak? I am working on a thing. So, let's see. Okay, there. Let's turn that down a little bit. And, all right. I am working on the text here. I'm trying to, oh, not here. Wait a minute. Where's it at? Here, this one. All right, so this section here, since the game is split up into basically paragraphs of text, this is the one I'm on right now. I've got most of it set up, but I need to add a little bit because there's some stuff going on down here that I didn't account for. So you are working on work. Yeah, hooray. I am off today, which is good. I've been feeling weirdly dizzy, so yeah, in this section, his eyes were like gazing into the depths of a tempestuous vast ocean and were clearly visible beyond the empty sockets of the skull mask he wore. The light seemed to ignite some inner fire beyond the fathomless blue-gray. Kiaran slid between Etienne and Christine then, a warning growl in his throat. Etienne's laughing response was glacial and heartless. "Get ye gone, whelp, she is mine." Kiaran was thrown aside as if he were but a leaf in the wind, and the death's head bore down upon her, triggering abject terror deep in the seat of her being. She was frozen in place as the ancient parts of her mind and body sought the proper course of action. As his hand reached for her, the nerves ignited and she took off running for the door. Across the hall she fled, his wordless, angry roar spurring her forward. As she passed over the threshold, she found herself in the dark, in the place she'd originally come from. So, I need to adjust the phrasing because come from at the end of the sentence shouldn't be there. So I'll adjust that too. Anyway, do I have the holiday off? Yes, I have the holiday off. I also took tomorrow off just because I have shit to do. So, you know how that goes. Yeah, for some reason we get President's Day off, but then we don't get other days off that other people get, so I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Let's see. In the dark in the place. I'll have to figure out how I want to do that, so I'll have to figure out the rephrasing. You have PTO, but you're new. Yeah, so like I've been at my job for 20 years. So I have way more time off than I could ever actually take. So let me see. I need to add a growl. So the sound effects that I have at this point include thunder and ocean waves because we're talking about how tempestuous his eyes are.
Welcome Chicken Riggies.
That's so long for one job, I had no idea. Oh, yeah, Jack. By the way, welcome in.
Incoming ad break.
Yeah, so I've been at this job for fucking ever. And so, yeah, I have way more time off than I'm ever going to use. I've got ocean waves, thunder, and a lion roar. I need to get a growl. So... the music that's playing right now is the kind of music that is in the background for this particular section of the game. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not picky. I think I used that one somewhere else. That is fine. All right, so I need a growl. I think I'll put the growl where I've got the roar now, and I gotta move the roar down. That can go there. This roar happens later. Okay, so... actually, the roar needs to happen, I think, a little sooner, because that's up here. when you're reading the text, it'd probably be like here, I'm betting. All right, so let's just try that out. Okay, I'm gonna be reading the little text here while this stuff is going to see where I hear warning growl. And that's how I am approximating. Okay, well, okay, so Jack says, more time off than I could ever take. Jala version 2 weeks. No, seriously, I cannot take 2 weeks off. I think I did like a week and a half once. And like, that's it. Because the way that my work is and the way that we're split up into groups and stuff, nobody does my job. If I were gone for that... Oh, no, I have way more than 2 weeks per year. I have so much fucking time off. I'm not even kidding. Like, so much time. I accrue time off like nobody's business. Thanks for the sub, Thrak. Yeah, ads are stupid. Yeah, I agree, ads are stupid. Sorry. Sorry about the ads there, buddy. Okay, let me see. I can't read aloud the text while this is going, but I'm just gonna read it to myself and see where the position of that growl should be. Yeah. Okay. I'm good. That's about where it needs to be. Cool. All right. So then I need to have a throwing sound, and then a stinger, and then a running away with a roar. And I've already got the roar, so I just need a stinger, a throwing sound, and the running away now. So running away is easy. Let's see. Run. Okay. Oh, you need to run for errands and lunch? Okay. Cool. Well, have a good time, Jack. I honestly don't even know how long Thrak's gonna be in here because this is not, like, exciting. This is just me looking at stuff and having random sound effects in the background, but, you know, so it goes. Oh, you finished Lone Wolf 1 into 2. Cool. So you're making tons and tons of notes. I'm not reading all of the books, my dude. We're gonna have to talk about all of that. Like, are you just making notes just so we have the setup for, like, the video game? I don't know. Whatever. We can talk about it later. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so Thrak, it's just you and your boss. One coworker is sick and the other 2 guys are remote. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, yeah, Jack, we'll talk about it later because I need to know when we're gonna actually stream playing the book, because that's a thing we should do. Anyway, you take a lunch an hour and 15, Thrak. Cool. Well, then that's awesome. Let's see. Let me listen to this running noise. That doesn't sound like... I need heels. I need running on heels or something. Oh, hell no. That's too echoey and... like, I can make it louder, but... That's too fast. Okay, that'll be fine. Wait, this is the wrong one. I don't need this one. I have so many little this is how it is every time I'm working on sound effects. Okay, the roar and the running happen later. Okay, there, I'll put that back there for now. Okay, so I've got the running noise. I need a throwing noise and a stinger. Okay, cool. Nope, that's thrown object. Let's try body. Body falling. Oh, he's not necessarily gonna fall. Huh. Punches. Yeah. That's really soft. I don't think you're going to hear that over the rest of the stuff. That's too squishy sounding. This is all doing all of this sound effect stuff is just listening to stuff and going, that's not quite what I need. I need it to be a little squishier or whatever. Like, look at all this crap. This is so much. I wonder if I can just take one of these, because that's just like a sound of fabric. That would be fine. How much louder can I make this? It's going to get drowned out is my problem. I'll have to lower the rest of the sound effects around it. Yeah, you'd give your opinion, but it'd be too delayed. Yeah, that's the problem with doing this kind of thing and then being on like voice. It's like, okay, that doesn't... you can't really give your opinion too well. Okay, let me see. Where is this? All right, there's a laugh, but I don't have a voice actor for Etienne, so I'm going to have to deal with not having a laugh. Oh, I don't need that there. Let's see. So that's the growl. So there's the growl, and then there's supposed to be a laugh, but we don't have that. And then throwing to the side. So probably here, right before louder noises. So that might be okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can't even hear that with all the rest of the crap going on. Okay. Let's see. Effect. Let me just lower it. How about that? We're just gonna lower and quiet it. Oh yeah, yeah. All of this stuff ends up being really loud, especially when it's quiet right beforehand. It's gonna. That's the problem when I'm working on sound effects. That's just how it is. Okay, that might be too much. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this needs to effect fade in. No, 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 not like that. Oh no. Okay. From here. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, that cuts it too much. Yeah. No, none of that. Okay. Yeah, this little noise is not going to be heard over this other stuff. I could just fade these out because we don't need the sort of stormy noises after the growl. How about that? Let's just cut them short and fade them out. We'll fade from here. Okay. So then there'll be, that'll absolutely make it audible. And then a stinger. I still need to get a stinger. The problem is those stingers, now when I work on the stingers, you're not going to like that track because then you're going to get, you know, scary, scary loud things in your ear that'll make you upset. So I'm about to open up stingers. Warning. Oh, that sucks. That's not a good one. Oh, these suck. Man, okay, no. I have specifically some better ones, but like I don't think they're called stingers. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can use a riser instead. Let's see. Oh, I don't like that one. No. Nope. And I have the volume turned down on that sound effect stuff, by the way. Like that's down to like 50% volume. That's a bit much. That takes way too long. Come on, man. No, that's like a 10-second long riser. I don't need a riser that long. Okay. There, that's perfect. It's short. All right, that'll work. That'll work. Good on ya, classic rumble riser. Okay. And amplify it a little bit. Okay, so he gets thrown aside. There is a riser. Then we have running sounds and a roar. But the run is not... That roar is also going to be really, really loud. I might have to fade that out. Let me see. Let's cut some of that out beforehand. That doesn't make it any better. Actually, let's fade the whole thing out. There, that'll make it a little bit less loud. And let me go back to, I need to have a separate thing just so I can have the, because I want to have the music playing in the background so I can hear what it'll sound like with the music. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, I don't want it on there. I want it opened on media player, so it's somewhere else. Okay. Now, that's a really long set of sound effect. I'm gonna have to cut it back, I think. All right. Let's see. I'll start it from the beginning. That roar is way too loud over the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna have to lower that. And I also have to move some of those sound effects around. Okay. Let me lower the volume on that a little bit. Okay, and the waves and stuff are going way too long for what we need. We need a little bit of thunder and waves and the growl. I feel like that needs to be up some. I feel like the rumble riser needs to actually be happening there. This needs to be quieter. And it still needs to be quieter. Let's drop the volume. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I don't like that riser. I don't like the riser. Huh. Okay. Oh, this needs to be on repeat. Here, put that on in the background. Okay. Huh. I don't like the riser. I need it to be a stinger, not a riser. Okay. I don't remember if this guy has decent stingers. Oh no, these are not great. Okay. Huh. We could do Brahms. Let's cut that out. No. No, I hate it. None of that. None of that. Okay. I have some stingers here. Some of them. I think I've used that elsewhere. Let me try it. Because I do not like that riser. I hate it. Okay. Ah, and it's very loud and long. Okay. And this still gets drowned out is part of the problem. Matter of fact, let me do a new track. And I need to cut that. Put it down there somewhere. Nope, nope, down here. Okay.
Incoming ad break.
This one I will mute. And I will start the running away sounds. Okay. I don't even know if I'm going to like that either. We'll find out. Oh, no, not there. I keep doing that. Let me open it over there. Okay. Actually, instead of using the throwing sound, how about I use the little boom scare thing instead of the throwing sound, because you'll hear it better. It's kind of long, man. That's okay. We'll see. Okay. I need the running to last longer than that. Huh. Look somewhere else for running. Nope. 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 A lot of these are not very well recorded. Nope. That's the one I already have open. Okay, let me see if I can make another one. Just copy it and repeat it. Maybe that'll be fine. Maybe it'll suck. We'll see. And then we'll fade out here. Okay, let's see if that even sounds okay or not. And I kind of feel like maybe the boom needs to happen a little bit sooner. Okay. No, that definitely does not loop. Okay. Oh. Let's see. little bit less space. Okay, that's a little better. I also wonder if I even need more of this. Maybe I need to fade this sooner. Let's take both of those and delete and fade both. Well, I don't even know if I need to fade them because this guy's going to be growling at that point. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have to fade it. Sometimes it hides it, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it did not hide that. Okay. Oh, you had to leave because of a phone call? Sorry that you had somebody on the phone that sucked. Welcome back, Thrak. I don't know when you came back because I was buried under layers and layers of windows. But welcome back all the same, my friend. Okay, let's see. Almost, it's almost there. I still gotta fix that run because you can still tell that it's like funky and janky in the middle of it. Okay. Oh. Let's see. Oh, hey, did I do it? That sounded like it's completely this. Okay, let's see. I might have done it. Okay, the running is fine, the roar is fine. She needs to be running a little bit sooner though. All right, let me move that run up. Okay. Okay, and I need... That roar is really underwhelming now, and I need that to fade. Actually, we'll have the whole thing fade. Fade out. Cool. This roar, actually, I feel like I need a different kind of roar. I don't like that one anymore. Okay, so Thrax says, they have me on phones now, which normally is just like a minute or two call here or there. This dude said he had 3 bills that he needed checked, and we proceeded to go through over a dozen of them. Oh, that's, I hate when you get calls like that. That's exhausting. Okay, roar. Let's try roar. See what else I've got. Low monster roar. No, I need it to be like an indignant roar. No. Thankfully, I don't have to make calls and the call volume is super low. Okay, well that's good. Show all 67 roars. Okay. Oh. Ew. Stop that. Stop whatever that is. Okay. Oh, I hate it. No. I don't know what that's all about. It's terrible. Okay. A smooth tiger roar. Okay. Oh, that's lame. Okay. That's short. Like, too short. A sheep roar? What does a sheep roar sound like? Okay. Yeah, I know that one sounded like a burp for real, for real. Oh man, this is you can't you have to listen to so many things to find. Okay, let's type monster. Monster. Give me a baby crying. Yes, that is a monster. Child laugh. Okay. Oh, laughing, evil. Okay. How bad do you think this laugh is? How bad do you think this laugh is? Probably terrible. You're not going to be able to reply. Sheep roar is pure gold. Yeah, I know. I just need to put that in for no reason and it plays. Okay. I don't know what that was, but that wasn't a laugh. Okay, what's this? That makes me laugh. What the hell was that? Okay, groans, moans, eating, chatter, grunts, growls, hurt, roar. Okay, but I wonder if these are good or bad. Monster, moist mouth noises. Oh. No. Okay, yeah, those are the terrible ones. We're just gonna move on. Zombies, no. Fantasy monsters, no. I don't like any of these. I hate them. Okay, roar. Let's go to the internet. That's just a bunch of echoes, man. That's not. What is that? I might be able to use that one. Sounds kind of mad. Okay. It's very long. It's quote unquote a dinosaur roar. Okay, let's take out lion roar, put in dinosaur roar. Okay. It's so long. Let me see if I can speed it up a little bit. I wonder, well, the speeding it up will also change the pitch. That'll be interesting. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. Maybe not that. Okay. That'll shrink it a little bit. Okay. Let's. I don't want to fade it in too much, but it's going to drown out the running sounds, so I'm going to have to stagger it a little bit. And let me fade it out. Okay. Let's see how that works. Monster Moist Mouth Noises is the name of my new album, right? Okay, close that. Hey,
Welcome
what's up?
M0 Shay underscore 777.
M0 Shay underscore 777. How is it going today? I am dealing with moist monster mouth noises, which is a lot of stuff to be saying. Going well, that's good. Good to hear. Let me open this up so I can have that playing in the background. Okay, now, not gonna lie, Shay is actually a pretty kick-ass name. Yeah, it is. I mean, like, I like it, but it's funny because it's gonna say that every single time. The sped-up dinosaur roar was kind of awesome. Well, I might speed it up again. We'll see. It depends on how this sounds. All right. Now, let's do it again. Hey, I actually like it the way it is now. That might be it. I think that's fucking it, finally. Cool. I think so. I mean, like, I'd have to play it in the game and see if I like it in the game, because I'll change my mind, but that's fine. Okay, I've done one sound effect. I got like 80 more of these fuckers to do, at least. Okay. Well, anyway, Moxie, what are you up to today? Thrak is working. Okay, let's see. She stood again. Okay, I might actually have to record a sound effect for that, which I can't do if I'm streaming, so I might have to skip that one. Let's see. Huh. How come that's nowhere? She stood once again. Or she's... Okay, she stood once... Oh, stood again once. Okay, here we go. There, this is the section, Bewildered. I need to work on that one. What sounds am I working on today? All of them. Like, I got the music for that one part in there, but I actually have to figure out... Okay, yeah, it's literally the next section after the one I just finished. So, in this particular part, Christine, the main character, is, like, she steps across the threshold this is like a little over halfway through the story. She crosses the threshold to go back into the mansion where everything is taking place. And when she does, she steps into a complete, like, trip. She is tripping balls, and now she's in, like, a gala with, you know, like, all these people dancing, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? And there's some stuff that's happening, and then she runs away, and then she comes back from that. When she runs away in that part that I just finished the sound effects for, she then, like, once she crosses that threshold again, she's back where she was before, and she's just completely confused about what the hell just happened. And that's where we are right now. And now, the audio that I've got there for right now, I didn't change the... Weirdly, I didn't change the music. You might think I would have changed the music from here because she would have gone back to... Oh, no, Relentless Pulse is the new music. Okay, cool. So the music is changing from this current one to this one. Right, so whom amongst us has not eaten some mushrooms and tripped in a creepy mansion? Right. So, okay, so this is the new background music for this section. And then in this section, entirely bewildered, she looked around for any sign of life and was rewarded with stillness. She sank to the ground and held her head in her hands for a long moment as she forced her breathing to slow. I have no idea if that was real or not. It has to be a hallucination, right? She stood again once her body stopped shaking. Gripping the strap of her bag, she sucked in a deep breath and forced it out as she stepped into the mansion once more. So, that's the section. So Thrak says, I almost did, but the dealer no-showed us. Aw. Well, hell. That's no fun. Okay, so I just need a sucking in a breath and forcing it out. I might even have something I already recorded like that. Let's see. Gasps and grunts and fast breathing, slow breathing. A huff? Let's see. What does my huff sound like? Okay, yeah, I could use that. I have a deep breathing. Let's see. Okay.
Welcome, Double Cakes.
Yep, sounds like a huff. What's up, Double Cakes? Okay, so I could probably take this one and the other one and make it into the sound I need. If I can make this loud enough without making it grainy. We'll see. Puff the magic Jala. Anyway, so yeah, that was me, Thrak. That was my huff and stuff. I have a little set of my own recordings. I would normally just record myself for this as well and just do a new sound effect. However,
incoming ad break.
Since I'm streaming, it's kind of difficult to record when your mic is already in use for the stream. It sounded like me on the huff. Yay! See you in a minute, Thrak. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's the wrong part. I saved the wrong part of that one. Let me delete that. Okay. Okay, yes. Oh, actually, I can just use the box breath. I just need to clean up the... I don't even need to use the huff. I can use this one. Okay, great. I just need to clean up some of the noise. Okay, this is all kinds of jacked up. Let's see. Okay. That makes it very quiet, though. Let's see. Yeah. Nope. Lots of huffing and puffing. Puff the magic dragon. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. It'll just be a quiet noise, and if people hear it, they hear it probably. Because, you're going to hear all that background stuff. Let's see. This will be slow breath. Okay. Okay, so that one's not too bad. Yay, an easy phone call. Yay. Okay. So I'll need to check on that one later. Let's see. Next sound effect I need to work on. Christine all but ran down the halls. Okay, yeah, I need to have the running. And then walking down the steps. Okay. And then a sigh. Okay. Let's see. Do I have a sigh? I don't have a sigh. I'm going to have to record a sigh. Okay. Unless I can find a decent one online. We'll find out. All right. Running through the halls. For monster noises, I should record Pooh barking. She's a little high-pitched. I'd have to pitch her down, like lower the the pitch on that for that to work out for a lot of it. This just does not... I keep going back to this because it's... Okay, yeah, that's more like what her feet would sound like. She wouldn't sound as heavy as that other one. Okay. Cool, so I've got her running noise. All but ran through the halls, stopping and then stair steps. So stairs. Let's see. Okay, I can use that. I can slow it down. Cool. Okay, not quite. Let's slow it down a little more. Okay, creeping to me sounds a little slower. Okay, like that. Good. All right. So Sigh. Do I have a sigh? I don't have a sigh. Let's see. Oh, not that one. I think that first one's okay. I'll use that for now. Okay. I'm just vibing with the music, don't mind me. Yeah, this is royalty-free stuff that I found, I purchased a royalty-free pack of music, and this is one of the tracks, and I was rather pleased with that. Okay, I don't think this needs to be quite this long. And let's increase the sound of that, because it has to go over possibly really loud music. Okay. Let's see. The problem with this track is that it's very quiet and then it's very loud, so sound effects may or may not be heard depending upon where it is in the music. Okay, let's fade this out because I can hear that bit that needs to be cleaned up. Okay. Maybe I can do that. Let's see. Okay, that's too many steps. We don't need it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll cut that sixth one off. And have that sigh. Okay, let's try that again. No, it's not while it's still stepping. Okay. Okay. That'll work for now. And then I will probably record myself when I'm not streaming. Let me make a note on, let's see, slow breath. No, I got that one. Alrighty. That one will be exported. Okay, there. My little character is buried under everything. Let's see. Cut that, throw that in here. Okay, so the next one I've got to work on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the next area that I've got to work on. So this is when we get back to Etienne again, and we find out that he is tripping balls, and he's been tripping balls and kind of controlled by an outer force for a while. And he apologizes. Let's see. Okay, we still have the same background music. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. So he apologizes, and Christine's like, "Why? What are you apologizing for?" And he says, "For manipulating you," he breathed, face deeply contrite, "for attempting to control you." And he's not even talking about Christine. He's talking about somebody else, but she doesn't know that. Let's see. And then he drew nearer, the trail of blots following after. So there's some weird effects going on around him. As the flashlight illuminated them, Christine found that she still had no idea what they were. It was like hovering tiny static lightning or tree roots. She could not see through them, and they seemed to swallow the glow of her phone. "I never had an excuse which could validate my past behavior," says Etienne. The root-like blackness rapidly spread out behind Etienne, and Christine's eyes widened. She took a step away. He continued, oblivious to the web forming at his back. "I expect you never did forgive me, as well you should not. Just know that I have worked long and hard on myself and..." Scream! Okay, so I think what I wanted to add here was like some kind of ice sound, or ice crackling, because that'll sound kind of like static lightning or something. Or like tree roots is what that would sound like. So that's what I wanted to add here. And that's what I need to figure out. I think I have some ice crackling. Crackling thunder. Okay. Let me turn this down. And let's hear what that sounds like. That in Audacity, add another track. All right, now. I hate those sounds. I hate them. I'm so mad. Okay, to the internet. Ice. Bring me ice. Actually, I think I like this other sound better, and even though it's like a deeper sound, that might work as like an atmospheric, weird... Let's see. Let's see. Oh, God, that's somebody with a metal can is what that is. It makes me mad. All right. I have a big sensitivity to whatever I'm hearing volume-wise. Like some of these sounds, I'm like, no, that's so bad. I hate it. Okay. Yeah, that's good because that also will work with what's going on in the scenes. So I will export that audio as, what do I want to call this? We'll call it, there we go. Great, that'll work. Put that there. And save this elsewhere. And go back to putting my music on because I had to turn it off to look at all those different sounds. Okay. Now, that one's all done. Cool. Now, all right, the next one. I don't like the sound effect I have currently, apparently. So first, let me see what I've got going. Narrative-wise. Okay. The inky tendrils widened, and Christine realized far too late that they were cracks, each split just enough to allow a tentacle, a tail, a claw to penetrate from an unknown, unholy realm into this reality. Etienne dropped to his knees as void mist eddied out of the seams and enveloped him. Not again! He writhed in agony and panted, wrapping his arms about himself as if trying to hold his body together. At war once more, he growled as he fought the mind-altering effects of the master. As Christine considered whether she should run and risk losing access to the basement, Etienne screamed and raised his hands to his face. In awe of his ferocity and stupefied by the horror of his actions, she watched as he dug his fingernails into his flesh and dragged downward. Okay, so this is mostly creepy stuff going on. So let me see what I actually have currently going on for this. It's distorted glass base. So I put in like a placeholder. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, yeah, no wonder I wanted to change it because like that's fine as a sound effect, but it cuts out. That's terrible. Let me see. No. All right. Class.
Incoming
base.
at break.
Okay. So let's see what that sounds like. Oh yeah, it does. It's all messed up from the beginning. It peaks out too much. Man, that would be cool if it wasn't all peeking out. All right, so now I gotta find something crackling, distorted. Okay. I don't like that. Borked radio. Oh, that one is peaked out all the way to hell. No. Fire crackling. No. Campfire crackling. No. Yeah. Finding the right distorted. Ooh. No, I hate that. Whatever that was. I might be able to layer that with something. Maybe. Tensionscapes. Okay. Okay, I kind of like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll save it for later. All right. That's supposed to be ice crackling. I guess because of the echoes and stuff. Who knows? Maybe I can layer that in too. Sometimes I can throw quite a few things, one on top of another. What made you laugh, Thrak? What was it that made you laugh on that particular part? How angry I was about something, or was it something else? Okay. I don't want to put that there. I want to put that in the background on a different thing. Okay, leave that on over there. And go to my audio, and I will take out that distort glass bass because I hate it. I do, in fact, hate it deeply. All right, so let's start with the crackling noise. Add a track. Cool. I like the danger whooshes, but I don't want that to happen immediately because I want it to be at the end where you hear that scary shit happening. So let's take this distort. All right. Put that on a track, see if I can do anything with it. And then one more track to add that creepy tension deal. This is too many in a row, but like I'm glad they made multiple. Cool. Okay, well, have a good time, M0 Shay _777. Have a wonderful day. The swirling-ish sound effect made you laugh? Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna cut out the rest of those because I only need one creepy boom. And let's fade that out at the back end. All right. Now I don't know if the distortion and the crackling will work together. Let me see. Let me just see what this sounds like. It's probably going to sound like a hot mess, but that's how it usually is when I start. Well, on top of the music in the background, that's too many things going on. Let me see. Maybe I just cut out the distortion track and just have the crackling and then the scary thing at the end. I want a growling noise in there because there's all these like weird things coming out of this beyond place that's in there. So I need some kind of weird sounds. Nightmarish Creatures pack. Okay. Let's see what these sound like. Oh, mouthful, possessed, laughter, hideous creation. All right. That's too distorted sounding. Okay, not that one. Let's see. Screamers. Shadow creature. Actually, that's creepy enough and like ambient enough that might work, maybe. Let me see how that actually sounds with everything else. Now let's take the distortion out, unmute that, put that there. That's a really long sound effect. I don't need it that long. Okay. Let's cut it off here. And fade it out. Because it actually really just needs to be really super faded from right about there, maybe. Okay, I like the boom, needs to be at the end. And this needs to be quieted a little bit, I think, because it's a little too loud over the other stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think that might do what I want it to do. Cool. All right, so this is... Okay, got another one done. At least for now until I test it, and then I'm gonna have to come back in here and mess with it some more. All right, but at least I got something better in there. Cool. And let's see. All right, so I fixed that one. Now I need to fix this. So what do I have? So the next section is him tearing his face off. So that's creepy and scary. What do I even have going right there? Let me put this relentless pulse back on. I'm literally never going to remember that I need to put this in the other window. I'm going to have to keep doing this every time and go, oh, change it. Okay, that's a good sound effect, but like I think I need layers of stuff. Let's see. All right. Yeah, because there's a lot more going on. So the ragged, bloody gashes were localized to the left half of his now mangled features. His stormy eyes were filled with deep agony combined with the inner resolve to fight. The right side of his face, curiously, did not bleed. As she looked closer, Christine realized that he'd torn away something like rubber or latex, special effects makeup. The skin underneath was ghastly pale and translucent, much like the belly of a cavefish, colored cold white and corpse gray. She could see the veins and arteries pulsing, even at this distance. His features were sharper there, more angular and gaunt. So there needs to be a little bit more sound effect going on than just the little crackly sound. There needs to be more layered in. This is great and all, but that's not enough. Okay. So he's tearing his face. There needs to be wet sounds. There needs to be like gory kind of stuff going on. All right. Gruesome sound effects. I need gore. Let's see. And this is going to end up having to be turned off again because I'm going to have to hear the gore. Okay, here we go. Gore mushy. Gore mushy. Oh, that's a little too wet. Okay, rip and tear. Okay, maybe. Oh, that sounds like something like more ripping than what you would hear on a face. Okay. Okay. Maybe if placed properly. Let's listen to what it sounds like by itself. Yeah, I could probably place that one in there. Okay. Stick that in there. What else do we have? Ooh, squishy noises. Let me turn up the volume since I don't have that music. Let's see. Ew, squelchy. Okay, I like that one. All right, now. Let me add it as a new track, so if I want to layer it, I can do that. And me look at the text again. So there's gashes, and that's pretty much about it. Like, it's just, he's torn his face. So I think all of this can just be layered in, and it doesn't have to be like sequenced with anything else. Oh, that's gross. But I don't know that I like this, because this sounds kind of like something else ripping. I don't. Let's layer just the wet ones together. Let's do that. We'll mute the first track. I wish there was a little bit more preamble to the tearing. But then again, like, he dragged downward on his face already by the time this happens. So maybe that works. Maybe that works. I will save this. Save project as face off. Yes. Export audio as face off. Perfect. Great. All right. So there's that one. Now. Oh, right. Okay, now we're going to have to do the sound effects for when she's pulling the trigger on the taser and electrifying homeboy. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We have a new audio loop right about this point as well. So, this is the new audio loop.
Welcome, Random Sum.
Hey, what is up, Random Sum? I am working on sound effects stuff, as you could tell by my little announcement. And how are you doing today? Do you have the day off? What is going on for you? Ba-ding ding, yep. Okay. Oh, okay. Very unemployed. Yeah, then you would definitely have the day off. I'm sorry about that. Dog walking. Okay, well, that's good. Is it a nice day where you're at? Is it a decent weather out there? Let's see. The section I've got to write the sound for this time. She withdrew her taser, wincing a little as she was uncertain what it would do to him, yet knowing it was her best bet. She reassured herself that Etienne would be okay. After all, he'd given her this weapon so that she could defend herself against anything, including her human companions. And then either she knows or doesn't know about what's going to happen. So we'll just pick she doesn't know. From what she knew of tasers, they temporarily incapacitated the victim. Hopefully it also clears his head, she prayed as she aimed at the solid mass of his chest and pulled the trigger. Okay, so I just need a delay and then a trigger and like probably a thunk of the stuff going in there with a little bit of electricity. And then I already have the next one. Okay, cool. Okay, so you say it's warm, which is good for removing the foot of solid ice that coated everything for the past month. All mud, though. Oh, yeah. Muddy. Well, at least it'll warm up a little bit for you. I mean, here it's been pretty warm overall. We're already in, like, spring here. But that also means all my allergies are messing me up. Okay, let's see. Delay and pulling a trigger. I have some trigger pulls in here. A Nerf trigger. I think I've liked that Nerf trigger better than some of the others. Let's see. I don't like that here. That's not the kind of trigger I want. I want a different one. I actually
Incoming
don't have any.
at break.
Let's see. Gun reload, gun holster, gunshot, loading gun. machine gun firing. I don't need all that. Okay. So Thrax says, weather here has been going between warming up and cooling down. It's a Silent Hill type of morning. Yeah, it's been pretty foggy here recently, in the last bit. Let's see, I don't think there's going to be a taser sound, but... Okay, well that's a... I like that better than the other sound effect. Okay, so that's cool. But I still need a trigger. Trigger. Huh. That, y'all know that sound effect, don't you? Listen to that again. You know that one, don't you? Oh, Thrak, you're too young for that, but Randomsome probably knows this one. Do you know what that is? Yes, it's a zapper! Indeed! Yes. That's pretty great. Okay. Okay. I hate some of these sounds. And that one Nintendo zapper thing is too obvious. I might be able to use that one. I don't really like the Nerf gun sound for this in particular. But then again, I think I might have used the Nerf sound for another spot in the game. So it might be fine. Let's see. All right. Add a track. We'll take some of that. Not the whole damn thing, just some of it. Add that in. Okay, and let's see. I need to move this back a bit. Okay, so it's after a bit of reading. So let's put it a little over 3 minutes in, or 3 minutes, 3 seconds in. And let's fade that out. Because that's going to be towards the end of the time you are reading that section. Okay, let's see. I like the electric sound fine. I don't, that's so underwhelming. I feel like it needs to be more of like a punching noise because she's gonna be jamming this thing into him. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Thrax says, I grew up with an NES and Sega Genesis, so don't give me that too young. Okay, well, you're the exception, not the rule, my dude. Okay, Randomsome, I would have expected even sharper click. Yeah. We also took apart a zapper, removed the electronics, and used it as a fidget toy for 12 years. Click still clicked. Yeah, I'm sure. Matter of fact, I wonder if I can take that, but maybe take the reverb off the end of it and then use that, because I like the snappiness of that Nintendo zapper. I like that zapper sound. I just need to see if I can make that work. And I also need to add... What do you mean there's not enough room for that? There's plenty of room. Okay, fine, put it over there. Oh, shit. Oh, over here. No, why are you trying to put it in the middle of the track? Fine, I'll make a new track just for this. There. Okay, whatever. I need a punching sound. Because I need it to feel like there's an impact going on. Okay. Attack. Like, this is the most unhelpful shit. For anybody who wants to make, like, sound packs for people, wave attack 12 doesn't help me. It doesn't tell me what the, like yes, it's an attack, but you know, like if there's some kind of extra description of what it sounds like whoosh or something, like that helps. Impact, you know, like, okay. Yeah, like that's some kind of metal bullshit. I don't need that. I need a body blow. Yeah, this is all not what I need. Okay, I need a body hits and punches. Okay. I don't like that for this. Matter of fact, let's just take all 700,000 of them and open them all at once. Open them sequentially. It's lunchtime. Okay, that's too fast. I'm never going to be able to tell which one was which. It's lunchtime. Okay, Threk, bye. Have a good lunch. And random sum, where's Dave? Time to make one. Right, right. Dave is at work. He had to work. He doesn't get the day off, so he's... that might work. Oh, I like that better. Okay. I'll use that one. Okay. Cool. Yeah, a lot of times I do make my own sound effects for this stuff, but I am not doing that right at the moment. So, okay. This guy. Oh, this is a mono. That's why that one's not wanting to. Okay. That's why I didn't want to. Okay. Add a new track. There's the punch. Okay, so we just want the beginning of this, I feel. Let's see. Oh no, it needs at least a little bit of the... Yeah, I don't like that extra bit at the end. So, there's that. But we need it to hit first and then have the sound and then the zap. So, I don't like the zapper noise. Like I'm still dealing with that. Okay. I gotta make that louder. No, I don't. And this zapping needs to happen faster anyway. It's still echoing. I hate it. No. I need a better trigger noise. I don't like the trigger noises that I've got. Maybe I don't even have a trigger noise. Maybe I just fucking mute that out. Okay, how would that be without that section? Maybe. I like it better than I do with the fucking trigger noise. I hate that trigger noise. It makes me mad. I liked it individually on its own. I did not like it with the conjunction of other sounds I had going. Okay, let's see. Put this music back on. Okay. All right. I need some other kind of a... I don't know if a Brahm is gonna do what I want either, but I can try it. Let me see. Where's the Brahms? It's not raw ambience, that's why. It's down here. Okay. Brahms from Synergy. Heavy Brahms. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, no, that's too many. No, that just sounds like a horn. That's not what I want. That one kind of fades out. Is that not a Terminator-ass sound? That sounds like a Terminator sound. Right about the time that the Terminator shows up is what that sounds like. Which, matter of fact, I need to write that down because there's another part where there's a certain situation where it's kind of like a Terminator type of thing. Okay. Fast, low, Brahm. Yes, I am writing it by hand on a piece of paper. I have paper still. Okay. Indeed, random sum. Gotta get that Arnie bit in there. Of course there's a Terminator part. God, who do you think I am? Okay, soft Brahm. Let's see. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see if I hate it, which I probably will. I hate everything. I'm so picky. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. No! That's too many things going on. How about we mute the weird electric sound and just see what it sounds like with the Brahm in place of the electric stuff? Yeah. I like that, except that's not. I like that better than I like the electric noise. Especially since that electric noise is not going to register on lower quality speakers as well. Because, like, I've got headphones on. It's going to sound better for me than it's going to sound for somebody else. And yes, that combination of emoji is absolutely, that's my face right now. When I'm listening to some of this, I'm exactly doing that thing where I'm like, nah, I hate it. It's still not, it's not doing what I want. It's still not doing what I want. Okay, let's just, electric Brahms? Okay, let's see. Exit electric Brahm? Oh, hey! That sounds better, and that sounds kind of like it could be a thing that oh, yay. Okay, I might have maybe possibly found the one I want. Maybe. And this is how all the sound effect work goes. This is why it's taking so damn long. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's so much better. That sounds so much more like what I want it to sound like. All right. Yeah, this stuff is hard. You should see some of the different files that I have where it's really complicated. And like the files have 10 different fucking tracks. Now, a lot of times when I'm working on these, it'll be where like I have layered it, I've approximated just looking at waveforms where I want it to be, and then I've gotten it like bam, exactly what I want it to be. But this is the sound effects I'm working on right now are a little bit more difficult. Okay, let's see. I think a little bit of a delay would be better before that electricity turns on. Let's see. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's what I want. So let's see if the delay in the front is what I want it to be by looking at this text while I'm doing the thing. Yeah, I think that's good. Cool! Yay! I got it done. Okay. I can't even spell. Okay. Cool. I got that one done finally. And it's so funny because a friend of mine who is game dev, he was like, "You're just flying through this." I'm like, "I'm not flying through anything, buddy. I'm not flying through anything. This is taking so fucking long, man." He says I'm flying through it though. And I'm like, okay, sure I am. Let's see, the next one, I have to fix it when he's screaming. Okay. Etienne roared. Okay, so I need to fix this sound effect, whatever this is. All right. Let me read what it says, and then I will listen to the audio, whatever I've got right now. Okay, so in this section, Etienne roared as the metal probes entered his flesh at high speed, delivering a microcurrent which caused his limbs to jerk as the muscles contracted. He collapsed to the ground, falling on top of the probes. The smell of burnt skin filled the air, and small tears sprung to Christine's eyes out of empathy. Small empathetic tears sprung to Christine's eyes. Sounds a little bit better. There. And I'll save that real quick. And as a matter of fact, let me open up Scrivener also, because I need to update that on there. And where the hell are we at? We are in 4. Not the mirror room. We're in the basement. Okay. Tears. Where are we at? Nope. That's tears, not tears. Nope. That's other tears. Here we go. Trying to keep everything even and nice. Okay. I'll just shrink that. Okay, so tears sprung to Christine's eyes. The shadowy root system of cracks almost immediately vanished, along with the black fire licking at the author's frame. So, I need... What do I have going for the sound effect right now? That's really loud. Okay, I think that's fine as electric sounds. Yeah, bang. Okay, cool. But we need to have him falling, and we also need to have kind of like crackling. Falling and crackling need to be added to it. So it's not bad on its own. And also, do I have it in saved as a project in here? I do, in fact, have it as a project. So instead of the output MP3, let's open the original project. Oh, okay, I actually combined
Incoming
sounds
ad break.
to make that in the first place. Okay, cool. And now I need body falling. Okay. That's pretty heavy. Okay, let's see. That's too light. That sounds like wood, which it is because it says body falling on wood. Ah, that's wet and weird. That's not what I was looking for. Squishy. It doesn't need to be squishy. So this one's the best one. It's still, well, I mean, yes, of course it's heavy. It's his body falling. I mean, maybe that's fine. Maybe I'm just being too picky. Okay, let's see. Track add. Okay, so he falls right on top of those metal probes. And what else is going on? Okay, he falls on the probes. There's burning, so I need crackling. Crackle. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's also weird. Crackling. How about that? Crackling. Oh, this is not what I wanted. This is, yeah, that's not what I want. Okay, maybe I've got fire. Fire should be fine. How come rough ocean waves come up when I say fire. That's stupid. Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna have to look myself. I think I have something in here. Oh, Lord. I have so many sound effects in here. I just want my fire sound effects. Fire! Damn it. This doesn't actually search. What the hell? That's bullshit. Okay, fine. Whooshes. Zapper gun. Rumbles. Metallic hits. Pushing. Falls. Weapons. Roars. Lit fireplace. Okay, let's see. It's got a little bit of feedback on there I don't like. You know, it might be easier to go to the internet and re-download something. Let's see. That's got too much gas sound in the background on it. That's not even going to sound like fire on the wrong kinds of things. Let's see. Actually, that as a whooshing sound might be fine, because to have a whoosh would mean that it would go away. Okay. All right. Now, let me see. So, that. I just need that a little bit louder, I think. Let me make sure that's as loud as that's gonna get. Oh, nope. Yep, it's fine. Great. And let's fade that a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Cool, so that's now been improved. Now that one's done. Great. Okay. Okay, so the next part is where he's removing the metal probes. Here we go. This next section. So the audio loop is now changed again. And actually, I need to step away for just a second. I'll be right back. Let me put my BRB screen on. Edwin Peasley. I can't be somebody named Peasley. Am I going to sit on this character creator for a while just re-rolling this damn thing? I think I probably am. Like, Oh. There's a guy. I'll save before I talk to that guy. Okay. Let's stealth him. Let's ambush him. Oh, shit! Alright. I killed him in one hit. I like the sneak. Alright. Cool. The man! It's the man with the loafers. The man with the loafers. He's calling the cops. There. He stopped. What's funny is that her face model is so like the AI cam girl filter that you can get. So anyway, oh, why am I Ada? I don't want to be Ada. No, we got to restart this. I don't want to be Ada. There's no way. I refuse. Okay, we'll skip. We'll skip the cutscene. We'll skip the cutscene after the next one. Okay. There's no way. Hell no. Hell no. Okay. Chapter select.
You did that right when I had a drink.
trying to murder you, I guess. Okay. I have gotten hit with various traps already. Okay. Can I go in there? Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, a treasure chest. A shoddy cudgel, which I already have, and a broken key. That's not useful. Okay. Well. I was going to say, if I get hit with yet an... Oh, no, I'm going to die in here. Herbert Percival Dilworth Sr.? No allies and no money. But his name is Herbert Percival Dilworth Sr. Wow, that's a hard choice. I might want to just keep it just because he's got such a fantastic name, but... You know, there's probably other really fantastic names. Let me just keep on looking around. Okay.
Oh no, watch out, the worms.
The worms? What worms are you talking about, dude?
I don't know.
The worms?
I meant the lamps.
The lamps? Those are two different things.
It's green.
Mr. Pocket, you didn't even have all of the first alcohol yet. What is even happening?
Has nothing to do with it. I was thinking. Yes, the worm lamp.
The worm lamp. Don't you encourage him.
Encourage me.
John, don't you encourage him. Yes, I cannot get to the door to go die on it because apparently it's very difficult to survive long enough to find a door in this game. How are you? Killed by a door, yes indeed. Oh, is this Pikmin? Oh, what the hell is Amorphous Beast? Okay, I am back. I think that my BRB clips are more entertaining than what I am presently doing. So, sorry about that. This is just me doing the thing, and I just happen to be on here to chill out. Anyhow, let's see. New music. We've got new music for this section. Let me open that up here. All right. And so, the part that we're at, Etienne, she called in a timid voice. Etienne? After a moment, he rolled himself over, panting quietly as he gazed up at the ceiling. And he doesn't need to roll himself over. He can just roll over. He rolled over. We'll save and change that. Minor change. Okay, rolled over, panting quietly as he gazed up at the ceiling. Mon cœur, he replied, or responded, removing the metal probes with a grimace and tossing them so that they skittered across the tile floor. And then he says, thank you, and he swallowed, his mouth extremely dry. So, I just need to make metal skitter across tile. Alright. I can have a lot of metal sounds available to me, but metal on tile is a very specific sound. Tile. Footsteps on tile? Okay, I don't know that that's... No. Hanging sliders. Hangers sliding on metal. Oh no. I think I'd be better off trying to get just clattering sounds. Metal thrown. Let's see. Oh, that's a can thrown to the ground. Let's do metal clattering and see what comes up. Chains rattling. No. Cutlery. No. That's like a junk drawer. Nope. That's dropping. That's not what I want. Nope. 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 Oh, man. How exhausting. Fork clatters. Small objects moving. Okay, I'm waiting. No. Not helpful. Okay, let's see. I have house sounds somewhere. Drawers SFX? Opening, closing drawers. That's not what I need. I need house, like general house sounds. Home living. Okay. Doors, tables, and chairs. Flushing a toilet. Nope, nope. Not helpful. There's a fart sound. I don't know why you would need this in your horror game. But I mean, I guess people can definitely let out a toot and a whistle as they run away from something, I guess. Okay. Metal clink? Maybe? Possibly? Let's hear it. No. Objects falling over metal? No. Those are too. I need a clatter. A clatter. Tin closing. Tin searching? That is about as close as I've come so far to
Incoming ad break.
This might work if I can adjust this. So let me do it again. Okay, I might be able to layer this. And then metal slide. Stone slide. Nope. Let's see. It's very quiet. Let's... Ah, that's so heavy, though. That's a heavy walk. Hmm. That's too heavy. That's a lot softer. I like that better. All right. Oh, there's some feedback back there. Damn it. That's weird. Huh. Why is that echoey? That's too echoey. Man. Nope. A giant walking in a tunnel. Snowy walking on grass. Oh my god, that's echoey as hell. Okay, that's better. Okay, that one might be better, maybe. Let's see. Ah, there's some feedback. It's noisy. I'm gonna have to clean it up. Okay. Holy. Okay, that's better. Okay, not that much. Okay. So... she walks over and kneels down. No, I like the other sound better, but not that long. It doesn't need to be forever long. She's just kneeling down. we go. That's what I wanted. And track new. All right. So she gives him a hug. How do you do the hug? Let's see. What kind of rustling noises do we have here? That might work. Somebody came in. Let's see.
Welcome overall cleansing nut.
Oh, hey, that's somebody we don't want in here. Cool. Yeah, a bot. Not great. Okay, let me pull open my thing. I usually have it up on my cell phone, but I didn't this time because I've been busy. Okay, give me a second, I'll get rid of that bot. There we go. All gone. All right. Let's see. So, where was I at? I just copied this because this is going to be the hugging noise. And I can just, that's a single, that's a mono track. Let me add another track in. Okay. All right. So. All right, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay in before she starts walking, but there is a little bit of a delay here, so that might be fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's great. That works. The clothing rustling, probably I could increase a little bit the sound effect for that. Okay, that might be too much. Let's see. And let's have the sound fade in because we want her to sound like she's coming towards. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, that's way too loud, actually, that clothing movement sound. Okay. Let's change that. Let's not amplify it that much. Okay, that's better. Just a little bit. We don't need it that much. Okay. And I'll fade in just the one step. Oh, no. It needs to be both steps. Okay. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's have a little bit of a delay before that hugging sound. Okay.
Incoming ad break.
Yeah, I like that better. I still feel like there needs to be a little bit of a pause first. Clothing will come over here. And then a little bit of a pause before the rustling. Okay, let's see how that sounds while looking at the text. So that's fine, but the steps need to be a little bit faster because she is hurrying to him. So nope, a little bit faster than that. Let's see. me see if I can change the tempo on that instead. Oh, nope, not that much. Okay, that shortens it up a lot. And take a break for the clothing rustle. And let's amplify that up a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more of a break. Oh. Okay. Okay, I think that is satisfactory. So at least for the time being, of course I might play through it and go, nope, I need to fix it. But I will deal with that when I get there. Okay. All right, so that part's done. Great. Okay. All right, so there is a lever at another part. Okay. Skipping back down. Let's see. What's the sound? What's the music at this point? Oh, it's still the same one. Okay, great. Okay. Now. Okay. So, what's going on? Oh, right. So now we're entering into a room full of mirrors. And there is a mask hanging by its ribbons from one of the looking glasses. And just to the side was a lever, which was pulled, and the glass shifted inward toward the room. And he pushed it and stepped inside. So, that's what I need. There's lots of different sound effects that have to be added to that. Okay. So, the first thing we have is a lever. I don't know that I have a lever sound effect. Let's see. Not in there. Okay, let's see. Nope. Okay, what's this? No. Nope. I like that better. Okay. We will start with a lever sound. Alrighty, so let me listen to all of these lever sounds and see which one I like best. I think I like the first one. We'll take all the rest of that out. Alright. So. Okay, and then a pushing sound. I don't know if I have a pushing sound or not. Let's try to look for push. Glass pushing or grinding. Okay. Oh, but that's literally like a glass being pushed on a thing. Okay. Here's a pushing sound. Oh, I don't like that pushing sound. Okay, here we go. Back to the internet. Pushing! Push! Okay. Nope. No! Nope, that's too heavy. No. Okay, no. Random grunting is one of these. No. Struggle. No. All right, let's see. Boulder push. No. None of this. Toaster pushing. Really? No. Pushing glass. No. No. Okay, let's try move. Do I have anything that says move? Move zig? Okay, no. Clothing movement. Ice movement, earth movement. No. That's not what I want. Damn it.
Welcome Marty_Evans.
Hey, what's up, Marty? I am trying to find a pushing noise that is satisfactory to my palate, and I am having a trouble. I don't like it. Okay. I actually might be able to take that first pushing, dragging noise. Actually, I guess I could do a drag instead of a push sound. And that would probably end up doing the same thing that I need. Okay, so let me cut that out. All right. There's too many other sounds going on there. I'm not a big fan of all the birds and shit going on. I don't need that. There's no birds in the damn basement. God damn it. Okay. Add a new track. I don't know if that's even gonna work. It might not work. I'm gonna have to do a dragging noise or something. Okay, so let's see. Anyway, Marty, how are you doing? Actually, that works. That works so far. Okay. But I'd like to lower the pitch a little bit. There, that's better. Okay. All right, so I've got the beginning. We've got the lever. We've got the opening, the sliding open. Okay. Stepping, walking across. Okay, do I have a walking sound that's like two people walking? I don't actually know if I have. I think I have a running for two people. Let me see. Etienne and Christine running on the floor. Okay, I can slow that down though. I can have them walking based on this. Let's see. Let's change the tempo. Oh no, that sounds weird as hell. None of that. Oh, also, I haven't quite gained a new level, but I will soon. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm gonna have to do different walking noises. Damn it. I was hoping I could get away with not having to do a thing, but I gotta make fresh sounds again. Damn it. Okay, walking. Okay, fine, fine, fine. It's not that bad. But once I increase the volume, it probably will be. But there's so much feedback in the back. Like, you can hear stuff. It's not a clean sound. Hate it. Hate it. Okay, let's see. No, that's like not... That might work if I put it with another louder sound effect. Okay, I might be able to do that. Because this one makes me mad. I hate it. Okay, let's see. I've got two different... I already had a walking sound in here. Cool. And then... Let's not increase it over much. I say increasing it by 10. All right, let's see. Let's try this one. Okay, now I'm worried about this waveform because that doesn't look clean. Okay. Yeah, that's a messy sound. Let's see. Okay, I could probably take part of this same thing and then cut it in. Let's see. Actually, I think I need to change this one, change the tempo, and make it a little faster because Christine has shorter legs. Okay. Right. Okay, good. That sounds better. And fade that out. Okay, we can delete that. Now, what's the next section? Okay, so they walked over and he took something off of the thing. Okay. Okay, so Marty, yeah, I love the familiarity of your thought process behind this. Yeah, just kind of mumbling to myself and working on, okay, I've got to layer all these sound effects just right. It's a lot of work. A lot more work than a lot of people, I think, realize it takes. And I didn't realize that I was going to be doing quite so much of this layering and adding every little sound effect of everything that's happening in the text, but that's sure where I ended up. It's a lot more intensive than what you find on a usual text venture. So that's kind of the thing that I'm having fun with, because I think like the final project, once I actually get the artwork in there, have the UI, the screen set up, all that mess, and I get the puzzles and stuff, it'll be fun. It'll be a different kind of experience from either a text venture or a visual novel. Familiar but not, you know, familiar but not exactly like what you see in other types of games from those genres. Let's see. Okay. I need to look for a pickup sound. Picking up. Pick up. Okay. Let's see what that sounds like. It's not metal, but we'll just see. Oh, nope. That definitely has too much of a metal sound. Pans, picking up gun, picking up keys, pick up wooden object. Okay, that might work, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That sounds way too wooden. The problem is I have to find like a kind of generic sound that doesn't sound like a specific material. Nope, that's not gonna work. Am I literally looking at ammo pickup? Yep. Oh yeah, no, that's too much of a
Incoming
noise.
ad break.
Wah! Okay, off to the internet. Let's see. Pickup. All right. Item pickup. Oh yeah, no, not that. No. Oh God, no. Okay, that works. That's not too much. Okay, great. Okay, whoop, I didn't mean to make that big. I just was trying to get to the effects. Okay, let's see. Okay, so they walked over and then he gives it to her, so it should be pretty quick after the sound of the walking stops. And then that part needs to be faded out. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there, that's good. Now, I wish I had a spinning on the heel sound, but I don't think I'm gonna find spinning on heel, but I'll try. I don't think anybody has spinning a coin on a table. No, I want, okay, pivot, maybe pivot. Pivot. No, pivoting shutters. No, that's not what I want. Damn it. Okay, that's too much to ask. So yeah, Marty says, expecting to hear the Zelda. Da na 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 na. That's the Final Fantasy. But anyway, who cares? I've been looking at sound effects way too long and I didn't eat anything today. I drank coffee and I'm here. This is where I'm at. Okay, let's save this project. What am I gonna call this? Walking into mirror room. Okay, because that's what you're doing at this point. Great. All right, I've finished one. Okay. Let's see, that one's done. Only 700,000 more to go. Yay. All right, next one. Okay, right, that's, no, let's see. Recall the words. Okay, here we are. Next section. So, like, in terms of the entire text of the game, this is where my little cursor is. So, this is how far, like 2/3, maybe 2/3 of the game I've gotten the sound effect work done. It takes forever. All right. So, let's see. What is going on here? All right. So, we had an encounter, and now we are gonna be going back to get something that we need. So, you are entirely correct, mon ange, he assented. But before we head to the lab, there is something crucial that you need. Christine felt relieved that he'd fallen back into using his pet names for her. Whoever else he'd been, and whatever problems he'd caused 2 centuries ago, felt so far from the person in front of her now. He drew the wall hanging to the side, exposing a small gap leading to another hidden space. A skeleton with a half-mask loomed just beyond the brickwork, and Etienne quickly seized the adornment, placing it on himself as he stepped into the darkness beyond. Christine followed behind, holding her phone aloft to light the way. Just past the skeleton was a narrow staircase leading up. Etienne was halfway up the first flight, but had turned to wait for her. In his black satin smoking jacket, matching lounge pants, and mask, he struck a deeply sensual and alluring figure. She hurried after him, trying to recall the words to the Phantom of the Opera musical. So, mostly this is just like rustling sounds and things like that. Okay. Let's see. A century and a half is actually how long ago that was, which I need to fix here, wherever that's at. Oh, a holler. Typos abound. Okay, there. Great. Let's see. All right, now the first noise I need is, well, there's a delay, then there's drawing the wall hanging to the side, so that would be pulling a curtain. Okay, not like that. That's like a shower curtain. No. Maybe. A bathroom curtain, a beaded curtain, an iron curtain, a curtain rod. Ah, that's way loud. Not what I want. Oh, where was the one? Was this the one? That sounds like blinds. That doesn't sound like curtain. No, that's not the sound I want. Ding dang it. That might be the best one so far. That one's softer. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Am I a new level yet? Yay, I am! Nice! Level 69. Alright, I'll hide that again now. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's increase the volume a little bit on that. Okay, so we've got a sound effect for a curtain being drawn to the side. Cool. We'll start with that and see if I can tolerate it. Okay, there's that. Exposing a small gap. Okay, so he takes the adornment. So that means that take it noise that I just used a second ago, I'm going to use again because it's the same situation. You're still taking something, and I need it to not sound like a specific material. Okay. Take that. Put that there. Okay. So he picks up the mask. Okay. And then walking up a staircase. I think I have staircase noises. Walking up the stairs. Okay, let's see. I don't like the beginning of that for some reason. I'll just take that part. And it's a very light sound. Like, I don't know if that's quite what I want. We'll see. Because I'm also going to have some stepping noises on the tile. That's individual footsteps. Like, this is the most useless thing to me. Don't give me one footstep. What am I going to do with one footstep? Nobody takes one footstep. Not unless they're like intimidating somebody or whatever, or hesitating, but they're not doing like what. You can just cut that out of a longer footsteps, stepping, walking. God. Send me into the void. So many of these things have like, yeah, the one footfall, the one footfall. What are you, a fucking pogo stick? God damn, make me so mad. All right. Anyway, wait, this is the same, isn't this the same one? I think this is the same one that I already just pulled. Okay. Let me just pull this one. What's this one sound like? Okay, that might be fine for her stepping sounds. Okay. Makes me so mad. Okay. All right, Marty says, for the people who want to be really specific about the cadence of a walk. Yeah, I guess I am not one of those human beings. I'm not gonna do that. Besides which, like, if it's one sound, Marty, if you just take that one sound and you just go bup, 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 there's no variance whatsoever and it sounds jank as hell. You want, matter of fact, where's the footstep? Where's the one footstep? Show me the footstep. Okay, food step. That's probably the best thing I've seen today. All right, footstep, dirt. Okay, great. Let's see what this sounds like. Open with Audacity. Okay, there's your one footstep, right? So you want to make this into, use the one footstep and do that a bunch of times? Sure. Okay, this is just, I'm not trying to get the timing, but that? You want that, Marty? What does that do for you? Fucking nothing! Nothing! Ah, I'm losing my mind because I haven't eaten today. I'm not trying to yell at you, Marty. You know that. I'm just, this is stupid. Don't give me one footstep. That's stupid. Makes me so mad. Okay. All right. What was I even doing? I fucking forgot. Okay. Okay. So there's a delay, and then he opens up a curtain. Okay. We got this. I'm so mad. It's the Flash. The Flash would still have some variance to his goddamn footfall. Make me so mad. On a leisurely stroll, right? Okay. So he draws the curtains aside. He opens it up. There's some sounds of walking. And then there's more walking. Okay, I don't even know. We'll see what this sounds like. Oh, this has so much extra sound. I don't like the noise it's got. Oh, actually, let me... Okay. Noise filter. Yes, for that part. Okay. That's better. Much better. Okay. But I don't need all the extra on the end of that. Yeah, I don't need that. So let's fade that out. And after a second, he picks up that mask. And fade out the end of that too, because we don't need that. If you don't fade out the sound, it ends up sounding really jank and like abrupt, and it's not a good scene. So you do a lot of fading. At least I do a lot of fading. Okay, so we've got the curtains. Okay, so there's a decent amount of a break before he does the curtain, the wall hanging. So let me move that there. Move that there. No, there should be a little bit more space. Okay. So they're talking, and then he drew aside the wall hanging, and then after another second, he takes that mask, and then there's some walking after that. So, okay. That's super low. You can't even fucking hear that. Okay. That's messy. I bet that has a lot of feedback. No, it's just got some rustly sounds. Okay, that might be doable. Okay. Let's see. Well, he walks first, and then she does. So... this one needs to be increased. You're not going to hear it otherwise. Let's cut some of that out because that doesn't need to be so long. Fade that out. Oh, what did I do? I think I faded it in accidentally. Okay, come on. Fade out. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, there. That works. Great. Okay. There we go. Cool. I don't remember if I actually hit the save. That's fine for now. Okay, let's see. What's the next one? Okay, when they're walking down the staircase again, a different direction. I wonder if I have some more of this staircase with... Okay, here we go. This one. Okay. So there's some walking across the room and
Incoming
then
ad break.
stepping down. And that's it. That's all it is. It's just walking sounds. Lots of walking sounds. I still have those walking sounds up, don't I? Oh, no. These are different. Okay. I think this is the one.
Welcome Juliet's Moon.
I've turned it up. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's really loud now. Okay, hold on. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, you should hear me just fine now. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay, there. Is that too loud still? Had to jump out and come back. It wasn't you. It was something weird on my end. I don't know. Like I looked at it, my voice on my mic for some reason turned down real low. Okay, let's see. I'm still looking for some kind of demon voices. I mean, like, that would be good ambient bullshit in the background. So that'll be useful.
Incoming ad break.
I can take that and put that as a layer in here. So... and I can fade it in, like have a hard fade in. Okay, effect, fade in. Okay, so then I've got that going. Sounded like I had them. Well... the thing is that they need to be having a conversation. Like, Kiaran is talking to these creatures in this otherworldly language that you don't know, and there's that. And so that's it. Like, having just sounds, general sounds is great for ambience, but like, it's not quite what I was looking for. This, however, all these snarls and growls, I need to take this and layer those in for all of the critters in the area. So I can probably use these footstep tracks to put critter sounds. So let me just cut that out and put that down there. And I actually need another track because it's better if you can do like 3 layers of critters and stuff. So matter of fact, let me move demon voices down a little bit. Take some of that out, put that down. Oh, whoa. There. Okay. Let's see. That's going to sound like cacophony, which is sort of what I want. Let's start from the beginning. So, in this scene, we've got the people walking down the stairs slowly and then stopping and going, oh shit, because they hear the critters and the language being spoken. And then I need to do a little click off. Well, although it's a phone's flashlight, you're not going to hear that tap. And then that's it. That's basically all you hear. And then there's silence or whatever. I might do like a riser or something just to make it creepy at the end. Okay, I need variety of growling sounds. Those are great and all, but I need more sounds. Let's see. Growl. What do we got? Monster growl. What's that sound like? Yeah, that's a good monster sound. Okay. I'm sure I've used this elsewhere, but I don't care. It's fine. All right. Put that one in there. Let's see. Growl roar. Oh, that's too much. That's a little too aggressive for what we got. We need like idling monster sounds. Ghost growl? What does a ghost growl sound like? I bet this is absolutely terrible. Oh no, that's fine. I would not classify that as a growl. But that's okay. Okay, that's usable. Okay. We don't need too much of that. Okay, let's see. And let's intersperse these because I don't want all the same quality of growling noise. I want it to sound like multiple different monsters. I don't like this one right up the top. That's a little weird. Let's do this one first. And okay, let's see. Okay, there's too much silence, so let's make that go like that. Yeah, and then I can let this kind of trail off for a little bit, and then... That's okay, we don't need to hear Kiaran's actual mutters and actual demon tongue if it's just like this weird ambient background creepy bullshit. That's fine. Okay, let's see. Studio fade out. Great. Now let's listen to the whole thing together. Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool. That works. Save project and export audio. Cool. And I think it's about time for Dave to get home from work, which means that I should probably go and eat food, maybe? I am not done with this chapter. God damn it, there's so much going on. But at least I've gotten some of these sound effects done, and I will upload the newest version of this to the itch page. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and head out because I haven't eaten anything today, and I should probably eat food and stuff. But thanks y'all for hanging out for a little while I was working on stuff, and I will catch y'all again at a later time. Yeah, let me see. Where's my expand button? I bet I'm gonna hit the wrong button and then accidentally close it. There's my cute little person. Isn't that cute? It's adorable. Toggle always on top. Maximize. There we go. Yay! Ta-da! Oh yeah. One more thing. Let's show you the actual rest of the room. How do I zoom out? Where's my zoom out button? Full view. Here we go. Yeah, that's my house. It's very purple and orange. Okay, that's all. Have a good afternoon, y'all.